Hi, I'm Coach Lindsay, a coach with the Slave Squad, and today we're going to talk about sleep and stress management while working 12-hour shifts. I am a certified sleep, stress management, and recovery coach, and I also work 12-hour shifts in the hospital. So I get how hard it is to get quality sleep while working 12-hour shifts and to manage stress. So we're going to dive into it. Working in healthcare is stressful, and you don't want to find yourself putting your health on the back burner, causing more stress on your body. Some common mistakes I see healthcare workers making when it comes to sleep and stress are cutting out entire food groups like carbs, scheduling appointments when you should be sleeping. Night shifters, I know you do this. We have to cut back on that. Picking up extras even when it compromises your sleep or your health. We have to be aware of when picking up extras is really going to affect us, and we have to not do it as much. I get you have to do it sometimes, but really take a closer look at how it's affecting your health. Doing extremely restrictive diets, over exercising, I see that all the time. You got to stop doing HIIT workouts and cardio 7 times a week. Having zero routine or set schedule, advocate for yourself. The hospital needs you, and this is something I had to learn. You have to demand and ask for what you want and most of the time hospitals are going to give you what you want if you just say you need it. So just try, advocate for yourself. The worst thing that can happen is they say no. Stress, life is full of it, especially when you're working in healthcare. We need some stress in our lives. So that means there is good stress and there is bad stress. Whether it's good or bad stress will kind of depend on these things: how long the stress lasts, how intense the stress is, and how you perceive the stressor. This is huge. If something is a stressful situation, but you don't perceive it as stressful, then it's not really going to affect you as much, right? How well we can recover from it. When we respond, recover, and adapt well, stress makes us better. So, that is something to keep in mind. It helps us learn, grow, change, heal, and improve. And I'm sure you've experienced this while working in healthcare. Now, this is just a little diagram on stress. So, when you can see here, stress is low. You are kind of bored, right? You don't really feel like you have a purpose. You may be lethargic and directionless. But when you start having more stress, your performance starts going up. So you feel a little bit more energized, engaged, interested. Stress hits this level right here where you're just rocking it, right? Actively moving towards your goals, learning, growing. But then stress gets too high. You start to freak out. You start being anxious, obsessive, depressed, panic, like you are just have no control over your situation, and then you crash and burn. So that is something to be really aware of. In healthcare, this could be you're working on a unit that isn't really challenging you, right? It's kind of just mundane. You're doing the same things over and over. You don't have critical patients. Then you start going to a newer unit. You're being challenged a little bit more. You have to be more on your game. You have to be growing, learning. Then you come to where you are rocking it. There's the perfect amount of stress. You're taking care of more critical patients. You're learning, growing, and then your unit is short staffed. You are taking on more patient load than you are used to. Things are just more hard, complicated. You are under a lot of stress and pressure. Now you are being asked to pick up shifts after shift. You are working way too much. You get burned out. You crash and burn. This happens a lot in healthcare, and we just have to be aware of it. You want to be in that sweet spot. All right, stress. When we respond and recover effectively, stress becomes a tool for positive growth and change. How to recover from stress better? Get physical health. It's going to be huge. Move your body and eat nutritious foods that support your goals. Perception of control and ability to act. Know you have control of your life. That is huge. You have to realize that this is your life. Take control of it. Ability to deal with our emotions. Huge in healthcare. Practice controlling your emotions and soothing yourself. Support network. Have a good support system, whether it's your family or maybe it's coworkers, people that get it. Attitude and outlook. Try to have a positive mindset. I know it's not always possible in healthcare. I get it. I don't always have a positive mindset. But the more positive you are and the better outlook you have on life and your career, the better it's going to be for you. Environment. Get outside. Build an environment you love. Recovery and stress. As you can see here, we have a cup, we're filling it up, and we're emptying it. You have to be filling it up. You have to be recovering, right? If you are constantly just under stress, you have poor nutrition, low energy intake, you're on restrictive diets, you're not really exercising very much, or maybe you are overly exercising, then you're just emptying this out. You have to be putting back into your tank, fill it back up, have good nutrition, get a good night of sleep, gentle movement, fulfilling activities, social connections, positive emotions, time in nature, and mindfulness. You have to fill up your cup instead of just constantly emptying it out. Workouts and stress. I really want to talk about this because I think it's a huge issue. So let's just dive into it. You do not need to be working out 6 to 7 days a week and adding more unnecessary stress to your body. You are already working long and stressful shifts. So don't be doing excessive HIIT and cardio, working out 6 to 7 days a week, working out for hours a day. You don't have to be in the gym for 2 to 3 hours. Feeling like a failure if you miss a day. It's okay if you miss a day, I promise you. Do's: weightlift 3 to 5 times per week. Keep workouts under an hour. You really don't have to be spending that long in the gym. Get a good, effective workout in. Give your body 24 to 48 hours between working the same muscle groups. Don't be hitting the same groups back to back, back to back. It's going to be causing more strain on your body and make it harder for you to recover. If you have a really rough shift or you're picking up extras, then take a day off. It's okay. Nutritional stressors. So, being in a severe energy deficit, be like a restrictive diet, cutting calories really low, macronutrient deficiencies, completely cutting out carbs, that's going to be a stressor on your body. Micronutrient deficiencies, maybe you're just not eating many fruits and vegetables, getting in what your body needs. Dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, drink your water. Consuming a lot of highly processed foods. If you are just constantly in the cafeteria buying highly processed foods, then this can cause stress on your body. Insomnia due to dietary insufficiencies. Eating quickly and mindlessly, I get it. Sometimes we are in a 12-hour shift that's really stressful and you are scarfing down your lunch. You just want to be mindful and try not to do this all the time. What you can do to avoid nutritional stress. Stop trying every fad diet and restrictive diet out there. Focus on whole foods. Know it's okay to not have a perfect diet. Sometimes you are so stressed about eating perfectly, eating all the right foods, that puts stress on your body. Eat enough micronutrients and macronutrients, fruits, vegetables, and stop cutting out carbs completely. Drink your water. I have a client who has a little drip sound that comes from her phone to remind her to drink water. Do things like that. Set an alarm, use a straw, bring your water bottle with you everywhere, chug while you chart. If you have time to chart, just sit there and be chugging your water, charting. Step away and take your 30-minute lunch. I know that this is not always possible. I get it. But if it is possible, say, hey, I'm stepping away for a minute. I'm going to get in my 30-minute lunch. Have a friend cover for you. This was my client overstressing her body. Her name's Maria. She was someone that liked to do restrictive, not necessarily liked, but she would do restrictive diets, thinking that that was the way to get amazing results. She would do excessive HIIT and cardio and cut out the food she loves. Now she is eating over 2,400 calories, way more than she was before, daily, lifting 4 to 5 times per week with a step goal, no excessive cardio at all, and including all macronutrients in the food she loves. So, as you can see here, she has lost inches. Her weight stayed the same while eating more, but she has changed her body. She is not putting as much stress on it, and this gave her an amazing transformation. Another client that came to me, this is Anna. She's a busy nurse, went from having an extremely unhealthy relationship with food and exercise to learning how to sustainably lose fat. She now has a great relationship with food and exercise. She stopped overstressing her body, doing something she can't stick to. started to learn how to truly change her body with a healthy relationship with food and exercise. And you can see here she lost 30 pounds. Look at her. She looks incredible. Now we're going to dive into sleep. Why good sleep matters. It improves things like pain, inflammation, energy levels, cardiovascular risk, and our mood. Many studies have found getting more and better sleep to be a reliable and powerful tool for improving our physical performance. Start lifting more in the gym, start seeing yourself excel. Sleep can directly impact your hunger cues. If you are not sleeping enough or getting quality sleep, you may find yourself hungrier and full of cravings. This can lead to overeating and fat gain. Sleep can also impact our critical thinking skills, which are crucial while working in healthcare. We need our critical thinking skills. If you not sleep well, then you may not be able to react as well in critical situations. These are things that we experience every shift. Things you can control when it comes to sleep. Yes, there are some things that are completely out of your control, but there are things you can do to get better sleep. Cueing your circadian rhythm. Bright rooms when you wake up, dark rooms when you go to bed. Huge for night shifters. Add in sleep when you can. It's okay to nap. You are not lazy for taking a nap. Get in the sleep your body needs. Use nutrition to promote sleep. Mindset shifts. Stop just telling yourself you are a bad sleeper. If you just keep telling yourself this, then you're probably going to be a bad sleeper for the rest of your life. Change that mindset. Organize your schedule so you get more sleep. Create a safe environment and comfortable environment. You want to feel safe where you sleep. Have a bedtime routine. Night shift and sleep. Night shifters, you need to prioritize your health. It is seriously so important. Night shifters tend to have increased anxiety, depression, and low moods, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, digestive disruption, fertility problems, and issues with pregnancy. So you have to take care of yourself. If you're a night shifter, focus on keeping your bedroom as dark and quiet as possible, keeping the bedroom cooler, have a fan in there, turn your AC down. Get exposure to bright blue spectrum lights when you wake up. If you're waking up at 4 p.m., and you can't necessarily get in some sunshine, then get in some bright lights. Get moving as soon as possible after waking up. Get up, move your body. Don't just lay there on the couch because you're tired. Move a little bit. Let's talk about what poor sleep can lead to. It can lead to a negative mood, less motivation, trouble learning and acquiring skills. That's huge for working in healthcare. Trouble thinking and making decisions, problems with memory and recall, more impulsive behaviors. We don't need that. Can impair digestion, can do lower leptin and more ghrelin, which directly affects your hunger. Huge if you want to lose fat. Lower recovery and immunity. So that's really important. We are constantly around sick people. When you get poor sleep, you are more likely to get sick. So reflexes and reaction time, more pain and inflammation, trouble with your emotions. So if you are getting poor sleep, you're going to experience maybe you're less happy, your mood's really down when you're struggling with your weight. Your workouts feel really hard. You're getting sick a lot. This is all stuff that we don't want to deal with. We want to be healthy. We want to feel good. We want to be in a good mood. So let's talk about how you can sleep better. Build a routine. If you don't have a set schedule, then ask for one. Try to go to sleep at the same time every day. Work out the same days every week. You want to get in that routine so you can be consistent with it. And I know sometimes that's not possible, but just do your best or spend beginning time at the beginning of the week scheduling in your workouts so at least you have a plan. Have a caffeine cutoff time. Don't be the person who opens up an energy drink to get you home in the morning. If you live really far, I get it, but it's gonna affect your sleep. Even if you're like, I could chug an energy drink and go to bed right now, doesn't matter. It can still disrupt your sleep and cause you to get less quality of sleep. Build a sleep and wake up routine. We'll talk about that. Build a bedtime routine. Are you an overthinker? You lay there thinking about your day or shift. Try adding in brain dumping or journaling that can really help with clearing your mind. Put your phone away. Wear blue light glasses when you chart. Dim the lights and avoid bright or sunny areas before bed. If you are a night shifter and you have to drive home in the sunlight, to get it, wear some sunglasses. Do something that will help with that. If you are someone that needs food before bed, then eat something with carbs and protein. Higher carbs seems to improve sleep latency times and how long it takes to fall asleep, while high protein appears to improve sleep quality. Take a shower, wash your face, meditate, stretch, get in bed. Just build a routine and do it the same thing every night or before bed. Now, this is really important too. You should have a routine when you wake up. If you find yourself not tired and you spend hours trying to fall asleep, then take a closer look at your routine when you wake up. When you wake up, get in bright lights or sunlight. This is very important, even if you're a night shifter waking up at 4 p.m. Move your body before your shift. Go on a walk, stretch, just move when you wake up. Drink water and have a high protein breakfast before your shift. Have your caffeine early in the day and have that cutoff time. Repeat the same morning routine every day. Our bodies love routines. You have to get into a routine. If I did not have a routine, I would not be able to hit my fitness goals. I am positive. What sleep issue do you have? Let's get into it and things that you can do to make this better. Are you someone that has trouble falling asleep? Some things you can practice. Create a pre sleep ritual. We just kind of talked about that. Improve your sleep environment, declutter your room, keep it cool, all of those good things. Create a sleep promoting environment. Make sure you have blackout curtains if you're a night shifter. Make sure your room is dark. Get some white noise. Tell your body it's time for bed. That's going to be your routine. You want to have a routine that you do before bed. This is going to be telling your body, hey, it's almost time for bed. Actions you can take: set an alarm clock before bed. Maybe it's an hour before where you start your nighttime routine, you dim the lights, and you start getting your body ready for sleep. Avoid electronics or stressful things. Do what calms you down. Meditate, yoga, read. Create calming mental imagery. Brain dump, we talked about that, journaling. Dim the lights, dark bedroom, blackout curtains, sleep mask, that can help too. Set a good temperature. I'm huge on this. I hate being hot when I sleep. So I need the AC on, or I need a window open or something, a fan blowing on me. I want to sleep in a cool area. White noise, not too loud. They found that it's important that your white noise is not too loud, because it's when it's too loud it can affect your sleep. What sleep issue do you have? Is it insomnia due to anxiety? I get this. I'm an anxious person too. Practices: increase feelings of security and safety. You want to feel safe in your home where you're sleeping. Regulate psychological arousal. Examine thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about sleep. Actions: take actions that make you feel safe. Good blocks or a dog. You just want to feel safe and secure in your home. Practice calming breathing techniques. Do targeted relaxation. Try a weighted blanket. I really like weighted blankets. Cover up the clocks. Don't be someone that's just staring like, oh, it's already been an hour since I've been laying in bed. You don't want to do that. Work with a professional. You can get help with your sleep. Maybe you have trouble staying asleep. Practices: help yourself calm down and drift back to sleep. Take a sleep supplement if needed. I strongly encourage you try other things before you start taking supplements. But if it comes down to it and you have to, then that's okay. And we'll talk about supplements too. Actions: practice calming breathing. Reassure yourself that occasionally waking up is okay and normal. Don't panic. The more you panic, the more your brain starts going, and the less likely you are to fall back asleep. Read a book until you feel tired again. Try evidence based supplements, which we'll get into. Nutrition and sleep. So, your nutrition is really important. Nutrition can put stress on your body and it also impacts your sleep. A low tryptophan diet might impair sleep. Typically, this is a low protein diet. As a health coach, I'm big on eating your protein, as most high protein foods have some tryptophan. Because of the role tryptophan plays in helping to make serotonin, low tryptophan diets have also been linked to mood disorders such as anxiety and depression. So, get your protein in. Get plenty of tryptophan. It may promote better sleep. There is some evidence that low carb diets can decrease our sleep. This can look like waking up in the middle of the night. Are you someone that wakes up at 3 a.m. just wide awake? Then take a closer look at your nutrition. Your liver might be out of glycogen and it's mad about it. Since most people are not eating late at night, we depend on a couple things to fuel our bodies. One, our liver's existing store of glycogen. Two, our cortisols rise when we wake up that slowly frees up the stored fuel. The problem is that many restrictive diets, one, deplete liver glycogen, two, disrupt normal circadian cortisol, and three, elevate the sympathetic nervous system, which can make you feel more awake. Take a closer look at your sleep if you are on a low carb or restrictive diet. It may be really impacting you. Nutrition and sleep, protein. We talked a little bit about this, but we need protein for amino acids such as tryptophan, which our bodies can convert to serotonin, that feel good, calm down hormone. And then melatonin, which is one of the main hormones that promotes sleep. A low tryptophan diet is one of the main factors influencing sleep quality and duration. It's important. So make sure you're eating whole foods and plenty of protein. You don't want to find yourself taking a bunch of supplements that maybe don't have tryptophan in it. You want to make sure that you're getting most of your protein in from whole foods. All right, let's talk more about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates act mainly through blood sugar levels by stimulating insulin release. This then increases the availability of tryptophan, which affects levels of serotonin and melatonin, which we kind of chatted about. Insomnia is a common problem on low carbohydrate diets. On the other hand, consuming fast digesting high glycemic carbohydrates closer to bedtime seems to make it easier to fall asleep. And now let's get into fats. So there's a lot of mixed data on fats. I'm going to tell you what research has shown. Some evidence suggests that higher levels of omega 3 fatty acids may help with sleep, especially in kids. And other research suggests that a high fat meal close to bedtime may cause sleep problems. So start paying closer attention to your quality of sleep, what food you're eating. If you notice you have a poor night of sleep, then evaluate your diet. Really take a look at that. Nutrition and sleep, again, use nutrition to get quality of sleep. So these are some things you can do to make sure that nutrition is helping you get better sleep, not disrupting it. Track your food intake, prioritize all macronutrients and micronutrients. Eat a high protein diet. This is linked to higher quality sleep. Keep a sleep journal and food log to understand when and why you have poor sleep. Experiment with eating a high protein and carb meal before bed. See if that helps you. Understand that everyone is different. It will take time to learn about your body and find the right routine. Stop dieting all year round. I'm huge on this. This is not healthy for your body. Being on severely restrictive diets, cutting out macronutrients year round, that can really affect your sleep. Eat during your shifts, even if you are a night shifter. Don't go into a severe calorie deficit. It's going to impact you. Okay, now let's talk about supplements. So, magnesium helps muscles relax. It's also believed to enhance melatonin secretion and can produce sedative effects. Magnesium deficiency is common, and this is partly because of our diets. So, this could be because you're not eating magnesium rich foods, which some examples would be dark leafy greens, nuts and seeds, beans and legumes, fish and whole grains. And also, as we age, We eat less magnesium, absorb less through the intestinal wall, and get rid of more through the kidneys. So that's something to keep in mind as you age. Low magnesium increases inflammation, and this has been linked to cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, asthma, depression, stress related conditions, and sleep disorders. Magnesium is important. Supplementing with magnesium for several weeks has been shown to not only improve total sleep time and sleep efficiency, but also decrease sleep latency and early morning awakenings. Supplements, we're going to talk about melatonin now. I'm sure if you are a healthcare worker, you've probably taken melatonin. We naturally secrete melatonin in response to darkness. This is why melatonin is one of the most well known supplements. Supplemental melatonin has been shown to influence the circadian rhythm and help to reduce how long it takes to fall asleep. Time release melatonin may be helpful for people who are trying to stay asleep in the middle of the night. So, if you are someone that wakes up constantly throughout the night, you might want time release melatonin. But regular melatonin is usually better suited for people who need help falling asleep initially. Maybe you don't have issues staying asleep, it's just getting to sleep. Not everyone responds well to melatonin. So keep that in mind. Some people may experience side effects like headaches or daytime sleepiness. I'm someone who has crazy dreams. And then I just want to touch on supplements that need more studies done. So I don't want you taking all these random things. I'd rather give you all the information so you can decide for yourself. Um, L-theanine, an amino acid found in tea, is known to induce feelings of calmness and decreased alertness. The research supporting theanine for sleep is not that convincing, and more studies are needed. Valerian has not been established as an effective thing for improving sleep. There's some evidence that valerian can be helpful with sleep disruption and insomnia, but the results are really inconsistent due inconsistent dosing. All right, and I want to talk about my client here, Aubrey. She is a busy nurse that really struggled with sleep. We started to implement a nighttime routine. Aubrey said, my sleep is finally starting to get a lot better. My nighttime routine are finally becoming more second nature, and it helps so much. Look at her. Not only is sleep important just for your body in general, for feeling good, but it's going to help you on your fat loss journey. It's really, really important to see fat loss is to sleep better. A little bit about how I structure my program for clients that want to see fat loss, that are working 12-hour shifts, that don't want to put too much stress on their bodies or compromise their sleep. I focus on lifting weights 3 to 5 times per week. Minimal cardio, it's just as needed. Every client is different. Small to moderate calorie deficit, no drastic dieting, macro tracking. I want to make sure you get in all the macronutrients because it does impact your body. A bedtime and wake up routine, very big on that. Fat loss end dates. I do not leave you in a calorie deficit all the time. We have to get that food intake back up. Stress management, journal, meditate, sunlight, community, all really huge. We are planning to do more and more trainings like this. We are healthcare workers. I'm a respiratory therapist that works 12-hour night shifts, and Alex and Chelsea are both nurses who have worked 12-hour shifts. So we want to help you see the fitness goals that you want to see and just live a healthy, happy life. So if this was helpful to you, then like and subscribe for weekly trainings like these.